The lights are bright, the studio is full, and we are ready for another installment of Delmarva Sports Insider. Joining me is Trayvon Miles, Jeff Harris, and a short distance away, Jonah Restuccio.
That's exactly right. Welcome into DSI. We're recapping the ins and outs of the Bayside and Henlopen winter sports season.
Now, guys, we have a lot of action on tap for you tonight. Of course, we're talking about some basketball.
Yeah.
It is the winter season, but we also have some wrestling. All that coming up a bit later.
Certainly a bonus. So let's get this thing going. Get right to the big-time matchup, the one everybody was waiting for.
Exactly right. It's been 29 games, guys, since
while.
Y-High lost a regular season game to a Bayside team. February of 2017. So almost 2 years was the last time. Now, last night offered the game of the month for a lot of people. The top two teams in the entire conference with Y-High visiting Crisfield. And, of course, we know Y-High won the first matchup on December 11th. Last night, that was nowhere to be found. Off the opening tip, Justin Cohen, one-hand tomahawk, seconds into the game. That set the tone, but Y-High would bounce back. Dorian Stevens knocking down the three from the top of the key, and then Jaden Baker, reverse layup. Tribe leading majority of the first quarter.
Yeah, but when Cohen's doing stuff like this, guys,
ridiculous.
that's saucy. Tough to stop. Coast to coast through two defenders, falls in. Crabbers would take a 5-point lead into the half. Second half, Matt Lowe, nice Euro step and finish at the rim. Indians cutting it to just one. Then Baker triple from the wing. He would have a team-high 19 points. But Crisfield, they would be tested, but would never surrender the lead. 14-2 run to end the third quarter. Cohen with the putback, and Christian Crawford with the and one right there. Crabbers pushed their lead to double digits. And in the fourth quarter, the dagger, Justin Cohen, 27 big ones. The Graveyard was rocking last night. Crisfield, they handled Y-High at home the final 73-44.
We just wanted to prove a point that we were the best team on the Bayside. We were sending a message right now, and it's for every team on the Bayside. We're coming for everybody. Last practice, Coach had a long talk with us about being together and staying a team on and off the court. That's what we did. We came in practice yesterday and worked really hard. We came today ready.
You know, it's like you wanted him to say, come and get it.
Yeah.
We'll just say, Cohen, get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable effort.
Absolutely. This guy has been unstoppable. I believe ever since the Christmas break started, he kind of turned it on right before the Christmas holiday. And now Justin Cohen is just as good as anybody that we've seen in the conference. I think easily right now, the Bayside Player of the Year, Jeff.
Yeah, the question written up there, Ryan. What do you think? Well, I think a 30-point win is pretty spectacular against a team that many picked to be the best team in the entire Bayside Conference. But now we see what they did at home. You saw it from the opening tip. They set the tone, and I would be convinced that they would have pulled out that win even on Y-High's court last night. After they've been playing like this since the end of the Governor's Challenge.
Now, some people are saying that Y-High was down a starter. Keyshawn Marshall had one of the best games of his life against Crisfield the first game, but Crisfield down a starter as well, so I don't want to use that, although, that's something to contribute.
Yeah. Y-High got the first one, Crisfield getting the second one. Now, not only the really good games that were going on last night. We also had Mardella in Washington and a few others. And for those games, we're sending it over to the wall and Jonah Restuccio.
Thanks, Jeff. That's exactly where we'll start. In Somerset County last night, another Bayside battle. Washington hosting Mardella, as you just alluded to. In the first, the Warriors can't convert from three, but Jaron Smith is there for the rebound and putback and the foul. That wouldn't be the last we saw from him, though. The Jags, would answer on the other end. Keontae Nutter out in the open floor, gets in front of Mardella's defense, count the bucket, and a foul there. So Washington up 4 at the break, and they went into the paint in the second. Isaiah Thomas with the and one underneath. A lot of fouls in this, the theme of this game, but Smith putting the Warriors on his back. Strong drive and finish deep in the lane. And as I said, to note, foul trouble all night for the Jags. So Mardella would enter the fourth quarter shooting free throws no matter what. Knotted at 67 apiece with 15 seconds to play. Smith knocks down both free throws. Big free throws. They always matter, as the coaches tell you. Mardella tops Washington 71-69.
We lost to them at the beginning of the season, and we came in with a mentality of we can't lose to them because they're a 1A team also, and that we lost to them in that beginning. So, it feels good, and it's a great win.
we're building for the playoffs. That's the biggest thing right now. The season builds us towards that, and we know we have to get wins to get seeded well. So we're trying to get a first win, playoff game at Mardella for a long time, at Mardella for home court advantage. So we're just working towards the playoffs game by game.
To Berlin and the EZAC. Worcester Prep girls looking for their 12th win of the year, hosting St. Thomas More. Cece Lizis getting the Mallards on the board early with a nice move along the baseline. But this girl was on fire all night long. Olivia Lynch gets one to fall in traffic. In second half, more from Lynch. Quick hands on the defensive end. Stays with the play, recovers the loose ball, and rewards herself from the low block. Impressive night from the sophomore. And once more, Lynch getting behind the defense, this time in transition. 25 big ones for her on the night. The Delaware State Final Four team from 2018 takes it 54-28.
I knew we were going to be down a couple players, so just to play good defense, have our rotations down, stick to just our core defense, get on the boards, rebound, and push the ball like we normally do.
I knew that I had to score more because we were down 2 players, and one of our players were like a big scorer, so I knew I just had to get to the basket and make it happen.
Same matchup on the boys' side. Ravens, Nicholas Brown gets the scoring started in this one with a drive and finish in the lane. And then it's Demarius Lee with the nice cut and finish. Count the bucket plus the foul. The Mallards would create some opportunities at home. Cole Berry, pump fake, he gets the basket to fall over the defender. And then from the top of the key, Michael Curtis, he's going to drain the triple. Can't leave him open. He'll knock that down. That cuts the lead to single digits, but the Ravens, they had an answer all night long for the Mallards. DeAndre Gordon knocks down the 3 from the corner. St. Thomas More picks up the road win, 43-32. And this one from earlier this week, a big one in the Bayside South. Parkside hosting Snow Hill. First half, Marcus Yarns, strong take to the rack for 2. Rams would have the lead after the first quarter, but from there, Snow Hill would mount their comeback. On the outlet, Jay Ayers leaking out. The jump stop, the fundamentals, and the finish. And then once more in transition, this time a little different. Zaire Johnson to Ayers in the corner, hits the 3. Game high 22 for him as Snow Hill up 13 at the half. Parkside with a little run in the third quarter. Taiwan Hardy with the floater. But after what happens right here, there's not much you can do. Sophomore Shaquan Williams. Goodness, watch, let's run that back in slow motion, because why not? It has to be the dunk of the year in the Bayside. Home crowd loves it. And from there, Snow Hill rallies to win their 3rd in a row, 68-52. Guys, back to you at the desk.
That was amazing. You got some other scores from Thursday. Cambridge gets a 32-point win over Kent. Now, this one ended due to some fights in the stands reportedly. Ouch. I would say stay classy, right, guys?
That's,
of course.
wow.
This game did not end in a fight. Decatur 76, Pocomoke 51. Matter of fact, the Warriors did not put up much of a fight in that game.
And not much of a surprise here, guys. Ken Island 83, St. Michael's
fights
19. Yeah, no fights out at that one. Now, Bennett, bit of a scare against Snow Hill.
Yeah,
able to sneak one out, the 9-point win, 63-54.
Yeah.
Big week. How are we feeling? What's the big takeaway?
I think the biggest takeaway for the South right now is Chrisfield is now in the driver's position in that division. Can they finish it strong? We had some people last night talking about who could knock them off. There's a team at Y-High that really is pulling for Parkside in one of these games against Chrisfield to get back into that Bayside title game.
Quickly, just going to note Cambridge playing extremely good basketball
amazing.
Right now. Last week against Easton, they get a big win again this week. So Cambridge definitely a team you need to be on the lookout for, especially come playoff time.
Yep. All right, and still to come on Delmarva Sports Insider, we move things to the first state. Now, Dover Smyrna used to be one of the livest games of the year. Could the Eagles stop that unbeaten start from the Senators? We'll find out next.
My name is Justin Cohen from Chrisfield High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.